if you want to pretend to be somebody else,
that's like a
you would
deception
need
thing.
to do a deception or performance check at an incredibly high degree, like a 40.
I'm sorry, this conversation is way too good not to record and air, which I am now doing both.
If you're trying to perfect telepathy into somebody,
Right.
in every instance we see in Star Wars, they know exactly who it is. If you're going to pretend to be somebody you aren't while using perfect telepathy, you would need a deception or a performance check somewhere in the 40 plus range to suggest that you aren't. Because number one, you have to know who they are in the first place. So now you need to pretend to be somebody else they know.
Right. Okay,
you are not. Because
that's fair. That's fair.
Now, if it's somebody who's never been telepathied to before and doesn't know the rules,
who doesn't know that it exists,
you could conceivably try to pretend to be Aunt Jane because they've never been connected. But as I say, you're going to have a performance check of next level.
I looked at I looked at this and I'm like, hijinks ensue. Because I'm like, what if you see the solo guard walking? I'm like, I'm over here. And I'm just not even near, just looking at him going, I'm talking in your mind. Yeah. And projecting that whisper in your mind.
Reminds me of one of my all-time favorite traits from Pathfinder Original. Power of suggestion.
Yeah.
You take up a copper coin, make a DC 20 bluff check or so, and convince someone that, oh yeah, it's totally gold, it's just a little tarnished, don't worry about it. And they believe you.
Yeah. You see where I'm with the potential that I'm envisioning with this, but I want to run that by you before I start trying to run the horse.
I'm talking about a deception check floor of about 40, and then we're going to start adding those other factors to it because you're asking for something that as far as I'm aware, every instance of, the perfect telepathy.
Yeah, to impersonate somebody else.
It also doesn't give you any goosing. It doesn't talk about, coming from another place. It just means that you are clearer when you come through to them. Yeah. But, again, usually it's somebody that that knows you, that you connect to. So, it's going to have a big stamp of you.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a combination of mind trick and telepathy.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
the person you're talking to.
It's untreaded ground. I'll say that. But because it is a prestige level talent to get it. But before I start
perfect. But
for this one thing.
The prestige level talent that you got was perfect telepathy, which enables you to speak in sentences instead of
full conversation.
What you're talking about has absolutely nothing to do directly with you could not have perfect telepathy, and we'd still be having this conversation. Yeah, because what you're trying to do is something that isn't written there, which is pretend that this emotion. Let's take perfect telepathy away for a minute. Now, let's say that you're trying to give an emotion to someone,
right?
But then you pump up you're still trying to come across as somebody who aren't who you are.
Right. So I'm running on the line of you're in a room, you're by yourself, you don't know telepathy even exists. Then you hear a voice.
Right. So those are the conditions that increase or decrease the add-on once we sort of get there. But I'm still talking a floor of 40.
That's pretty high.
Unless you can kind of show me sometime in canon when this connection...
They don't use telepathy near enough in Star Wars.
Well, it got used in the sequel series at a very global level when...
almost a universal level.
Yes,
really,
at the galactic level when
the range is huge.
What was his name? Gollum.
Oh, actually, I think I might have
the actor that did Gollum did this guy too. He also was Caesar.
circuit.
Yeah, Andy Serkis.
There was
Yeah, Andy Serkis's character, he used a force, master connection to connect Ben with Ray. And he was the reason that they were connected to each other and could see each other and talk to each other.
So there was an episode of, was it Clone Wars or something like that? It was Ahsoka.
Mhm.
At one of the points in times when Ahsoka was like wandering around on her own, I think I thought I remembered her receiving like a telepath. It was either just a ping or it was like a telepathic like message
Mhm.
come out to this middle of nowhere thing
Mhm.
where she's expecting another Jedi, and it's like Maul.
Mhm.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, there is an example of a
What exactly?
telekinetic deception in
Yep.
canon.
Now, again, that was at least at that point. I wanna go look at that, but that's not bad. I can that does give this some grounding. I don't think it changes my 40, but as a floor, but it does ground it so far. I'd want to go back and
Hey,
rewatch
that's
that
cool,
because
yeah.
he doesn't have perfect, so it's not like he was talking. He was sending a "come to me here" sort of thing, which totally fits.
An
You could do that,
impulse.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
You hear the fear in Doug's voice in the last 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. You see how wound up. An innocent little question from Ryan, and it just
I love these
spirals.
questions. I love these
Spirals.
questions. These are great.
And now for
Yeah.
some logos and music. I'm upstairs at work.
It's what we do. Never stop recording, Jeff.
Never stop.
Never stop recording.
Never stop. Never stop recording. Never stop recording.
All right, fine.
Never stop recording. Never stop recording. Never stop recording.
Wakes up
never
tomorrow,
stop
game's over. Never stop recording.
recording.
Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon, role players. I'm not Doug Baldwin with Diceways Entertainment. I'm GM Jeff Ball. But I'm not GM Jeff Ball tonight. I'm Bakur, the most interesting Clantunian in the galaxy.
I am Doug Baldwin with Dicewise Entertainment, bringing you Star Wars Saga Edition actual play podcast audio, as well as live streaming on GM's Cut Rollmongers on Twitch and Rollmongers Podcast Network on YouTube. This is Star Wars Rise of the Consortium podcast. Thanks for the assist there, Jeff, because I was rapidly clicking to where is my script? Where is my script? Where is my script? So we got it. We're on. We are at the top of round 4. And at the end of the last round, Bakur had burned a destiny point to blast the cable that was holding the guerrilla fighter, recon fighter, former ARC trooper into the water. And he went splash and started flowing downstream.
I know it sounds so cheesy to
You're
like
on
burn
mute,
a destiny
so
point.
nobody can hear you.
Oh. Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a good thing?
No, it was great, but it was even better.
Last episode, I'm saying stuff and Matt's typing in a private chat, you're on mute. And I'm like, no, it's good. I don't need to interrupt all the time. I just need to get them out. You know, I must have muted like maybe 50 to 60% of my comments, and look how much better the game was. I know it sounds cheesy as a player to burn a disc, but in my cinematic eye, you know, I'm forced with any explosive, you know, this is my application mission or my 3 month before my benefit kicks in mission with the consortium.
TP didn't even see it.
He's still
Yeah,
on
like,
probation. Oh, I heard it though.
Shoot, the cable. It was probably a
Oh yeah, it suddenly goes slack.
Twang.
because it was
Well-
probably a Durasteel cable kind of thing.
I can't let my rival, Ash the Force user, like show me up, and he just yeeted a guy magically off the side. So it's like if I don't do something like James Bond level cool,
You don't know
Wait,
that. Did you see him do it?
all I just saw was a droid go flying.
Yeah, that I was fighting with.
I did a mission with Ash the magical.
I will
assassin.
100%
I have
take
not
credit
done
for
a
that.
mission with you. Yeah, it was. Ash will blame you.
What if that was like TP's anime moment? He's like, and then you
it's
wait
okay.
the 6
Sorry,
seconds
Ryan,
for the
can't-
thing to.
He's right. That would be a metagaming rivalry. I have to take that back. Our relationship can't progress. Sorry.
At the top,
Anyway,
at the top of round 4, Ash, you get another ping. Would you like to hide?
The answer is always yes.
I'm going to keep asking, even though you're always going to say yes. But I just, I gotta,
DM, can I take 10?
Thematics.
DM, can I take 20 on that roll?
That's
Can I
31.
take 10?
Well, take 20 is always a question, but all right. So, all right, your hide is a 31. Do you you could ping back? Do you want to ping back?
I think back and stop me. Fuck off.
In perfect telepathy.
And every language that I know.
And then
ping
finish
back.
it off with this is an automated response.
Ash isn't here right now. Please leave you.
Ash isn't here right now. Please.
The force
leave.
user you're trying to dial isn't here.
More like he's screaming at the top of his force-sensitive lungs. I'm hiding. Where are you? Yeah.
If you please, if you leave a GPS location of where I can find you.
Okay. Downstream, just south of the bridge, Bakur, you see the ARC trooper. I'm going to call him an ARC trooper just because that's the closest thing we have to a guerrilla fighter.
Those were the stats you stole online. Yeah, we get it.
That's where he started.
Oh, NPC. It's the only NPC that has force destiny points. Like as soon as he said, and this guy, generic Bob, destiny point. I'm like,
let me make quite clear. You guys are up against a party that is deemed to be equivalent to yourselves. So every single member of the party that you are fighting against has the same number of destiny points and force points that y'all do relative to your builds. That was.
Well, I'd like to state that I just took down not the alternate me, maybe the alternate Aiden or the alternate Jay or
now,
something. But
you did
that schmuck that I just dropped was not
you
the alternate.
dropped
me.
him
My
in the water. You did drop him in the water, and now you see him spark out of the water downstream with a jetpack shooting up into the sky.
Words of Alan Tudyk in Resident Alien. This is some bullshit.
In the first round of his jetpack.
Some bullshit.
And he is now at level of the bridge using a double.
Wait a minute. Wait. You said there's a party akin to us,
Correct.
and Ash is getting pinged.
Correct.
Oh God! Now there's two of them in the multiverse.
I don't see anything. They're force users. There's a reason why no one's
you're
ever seen a
saying that
force
you
user.
don't see a force user out there on the.
No,
Now,
what would be the
Bakur,
anti-
you were ignorant of all of this as a character.
The anti Ash would be like some guy with a neon coat, like the one Frank wore, the camo. There he is.
I do have to say that, the interesting part about this is the only person who has any idea that there's another person on the map that nobody can see is the other person nobody can see.
The meta.
Well, that's not going in the mission notes. Never happened.
Sneakception.
Again, what does Ash do when he's with us? Why do they keep paying him? I don't understand. I don't even get to see the cool stuff he does, according to Matt. So
TP.
one more
That's
mission,
me.
they're like, Ash is my supervisor. I'm
All
like,
right, so I seem to find myself with a lack of targets. Jetpack is 12 squares, right?
6.
6 squares? But
6 squares
I
per
can double move.
movement, correct.
Yeah.
Or once you are already up, you could run up to 3 times your movement in a straight line.
That's a full round action, right?
Correct.
But that is exactly what I'm going to do. I punch it, and I had so let me see. That's 3 times my movement would be 18 squares, right?
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares.
Now, I will just note that you did that, which is fine. That's only 14 squares movement at the height that you're at.
Okay.
So I just measured it. You may or may not be able to. Let me share it. Let me make sure I share this with. Oh, I did broadcast that to others. So you should.
No, I saw it. I did see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 14. Note you need to go up to the 30 square mark, and you're at the 7 square mark right now. So you have
that's so
23
high up.
squares up that you also need to
All
accomplish.
right. So 1, 2.
So
I'm 4 squares short. So at 4 intervals along the way, I raised my elevation to get me to where I am there. So I'm not all the way up. I am 4 squares higher.
You're 2 squares higher, right? Because it's rough terrain to elevate. You have
Right.
four more squares.
I have 4 more squares of movement.
Right.
So at 4 points during that movement that I moved, because there's each one's going to take an extra square,
right.
I jumped up 1. So
Right, but it's still going to
up
cost
1.
you 2 to. It costs 2 to go up, right? I mean,
Right.
what
So
we're saying,
the 1 square of movement.
right. So you're 2 squares above where you were.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. So you're now at level 9
Yes.
of 30.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. And I have Pythagorean theorem loaded over here so if when we need it for squares, you are at square 9 to 30, so you have 21 squares up to go. And how many squares over? Let's see. He is 9 squares away, so I'm going to put that in just so that you know.
Yep.
22 squares of movement away. 23, because it's 2285. So we're going to say 23 squares away. Smash. Downstream, you see Smash rise from the waters. And if you have ever seen like lumbering, if you watch Skeleton Crew this week, was a really good version of that with their ship being attacked. But
not sponsored, but looking for, if you know.
The large droid emerges from the water on jets coming out from his base and rises him out of the water and up to just under, and he stops just beneath the level of the bridge on the far side of the stanchion. And then it's the guy in the crow's nest turn. And at this point, TP, I'm gonna let you know that's Bucket. Bucket's the one that's hiding over there. Just so
Love buckets.
Bucket is going to aim at your ass. Now, aim might just be air quote.
Specifically?
There is no cover, so and I don't think he's got anything that gooses his rolls on that, so he may not have any reason to do a formal aim. He might use his move to run. No.
This guy looks like the Mandalorian and Transformers Bumblebee had a love child.
He does look like a Bumblebee
Stormtrooper, yeah.
Clone trooper. He's yeah. If you had looked into some of their backstory, he would also have been a former clone trooper. Wonder what he looks like under the helmet.
I don't.
He's not going to. He is going to brace, but he's not going to burst fire. He's going to shoot at the 4 squares that you're in. But a 19 is probably nowhere near. That's not even force pointable,
Nope.
is it?
No. Unless you can get 10 out of a force point.
He should have destiny pointed that, but that's not going to happen today. All right. Next up is Gunderson. Gunderson, who is... There's a chance Bakur would have known Gunderson, but I haven't really had the opportunity for that to come about. Still got a prime target on Zephyr, so he's going to aim at Zephyr again. I think you have it. Oh, well, you moved under the bridge, right? You moved under the bridge, right? So he may not, he doesn't have line of sight on you. There's a dearth of targets. Okay. Well, I guess he could shoot at TP at medium range. Let me see what that range increment is for him. 40 squares. Ooh, the height is almost even. God, that's within 50 squares, and but he's got a rifle, not a heavy weapon. So that's gonna be medium range, but he is going to shoot at you. So that's gonna be at a -2, I think. Oh, but he rolled a nat 20. And I suspect that there's a destiny point coming in. We will finish resolving that when we can. So Gunderson decided to take a long shot at TP across the map at an increased range, but he rolled a nat 20.
Oh, automatic missed that. For sure. 100% destiny point that into non-existence.
TP burns.
Because I am not taking 62 damage. Thank you very much. And where did that shot come from? That was dude at
deep southeast. He took that at short range. He actually took negatives to his attack for shooting at range.
Damn. Yeah, definitely destiny pointing that. Ouch.
20, you're the one. You make sniping so much fun. Natural 20, I'm so awfully fond of you.
Hates
All right.
nat 20s.
That 20, let's go. Ash, you're up.
Well, let's see what's out. I'm sure they have the same intel as we do. They probably have explosive base on every column. We don't need to defeat them. We just need to get rid of their ordnance. So, while they're curmudgeoning their way, trying to recover from the first encounter, is this rail crossing? Is it symmetrical in all ways, shapes, and forms? Like, as in, there's a lower maintenance gauge around each stairs to go up from the bottom around these pillars.
You haven't done a deep research of this particular bridge, so unless you're actually able to see what you're talking about right now, I don't know how to answer your question.
So basically, how there's where we've been finding the explosives, has it been symmetrical?
Well, different people have found the explosives so far, so nobody has lined two of them up. But they have, in general, been at the base under the bridge, attached to the stanchion near at the underside of the bridge. So, yes-ish. The map makes it a little more creative for me on the 5-foot squares of where I'm placing the. But relatively symmetrical.
All right. I will go back to where I found the one that I know is and I'm imagining that will take me the majority of my movement.
You're doing what?
Going back to the explosive where I know it is.
Okay. So first you use a move action to maintain your cloak?
Yes.
Okay. Then you're planning to walk over and
return to my starting position.
Okay. There is someone in your starting position.
Okay. Adjacent, we'll say.
Okay. You climb over and around and under, and you're standing next to Bakur. But you're actually on the stanchion. He's hovering beside you.
So from this platform, if Bakur wasn't there, I would be able to approach the explosive device and do something with it?
I would say that you can both fondle the devices as much as you'd like from where you're at.
Bakur, you hear in your mind from Ash, which is like kind of like the...
All right, are you burning Action Economy to do this, or is this flavor text?
I'll say the message. You tell me what I need to do to make that. If like that's within the realms of what I have left.
For perfect telepathy and tell me whether it costs you Action Economy.
It's just a standard use the Force chat.
It's like talk.
Yeah,
like talking.
It's the equivalent of speaking. He just has to roll the dice to see what his range is.
Okay, so give me a use the Force check.
Use the Force.
I do not give consent for him to touch my mind.
You don't get consent in this game. This is not a force brain touching is not a consent.
Enjoy the force mind rape, Bakur.
Trigger warning. Okay, so telepathy. As a standard action, you can establish a telepathic link with a distant creature. Through that link, you can exchange emotions or a single thought, such as go, help, or danger.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So standard action. That's solid. Now we know. All right. No. So Bakur,
you could just talk over comms.
Then he would actually have to speak. And
he said emotions. He said emotions.
No. But he's got perfect telepathy. He can speak to you in words because he also has perfect telepathy, which is separate.
I'm distracted. I think he's just talking to me on the comms. Sorry.
No,
this was actually something we covered in the intro.
I know.
So
Here comes that deception roll. Father, is that you?
Sorry, we don't have time to cover the PTSD that this is going to come and incur.
Bitch of a mother.
The scary part is Rahal probably could hit that DC.
Yeah. So no. Well, nothing. I move, I maintain, and then that is my turn.
Comms. We have open comms.
No.
I want him to know, but I don't want him to hear.
I want you to feel my words.
So the thing is, you've moved a move action to maintain your cloak.
Yes. Standard to
Are you
move.
moving over
As
to
close as I can get.
Okay.
Yeah.
You now have a swift action left. What would you like to do with your swift action?
I have the powers I need to return to my suite. I twiddle my thumbs as I look at Bakure.
You can flip off Bakur, but you are cloaked, so he won't see you doing it.
It makes me feel
That's
better.
100% Edgelord Ash's MO.
Yeah, and it's not okay. It's not the double flip off. It's the one hand. It's one flipping with the fist action.
With that hand crank.
Yeah, but however many hand cranks of flipping off I can get in a swift action, I do that.
So
Well,
he's
we're glad
cloaked. I
that you're
can't see this. He's cloaked. I can't see this, right?
You
That's
can't see
correct. That's correct.
Then there's only one proper anime response. Achoo!
Zephyr.
Right. So the Navy SEAL guy or whatever that came back out of the water, I can see him again, right?
No.
No.
You
Okay.
saw him rise above, but you're below. So
Oh, he
you
went
guys
above
are
the bridge?
literally doing you've literally done the dance that you both would want to do to put the bridge between you guys for line of sight. So
I was hoping not to move. Okay. Let's pop back up and we'll land right where I'm at. So I'll redo exactly what I did.
okay. So now you're back up at the up and you do see him. I'm going to say that the cover you have doesn't count as cover for him. So you have line of sight and he does not have cover to you now that you've moved. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep. I will go ahead and try my luck at shooting him
Okay.
with no aim.
Aimless targets are famous in Star Wars.
For 21.
21. Let me see. Let me double check. I don't think that's within. No, that. Oh, it. Double check. That is within a force point.
Let's try for it.
Okay. It's a tough one.
4. So 25.
That does not hit. Sorry about that. Anything with your swift?
Not this turn. No.
All right, Moreau.
I'm going to. I feel like I worry that they did the same thing that we were thinking to do and put 2 bombs on each of these pillars. So I'm going to move to the south end of this pillar that I'm on and take a look for any other bombs that may be placed here.
Okay. Give me a perception check. It's going to be a pretty low check, given that you know what you're looking for.
18.
You do, in fact, see another set of explosives set in the far end. And this is round 4 of your jetpack, right?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do next is use my, I've got my ascension gun. I'm going to fire it at the pillar and then
Okay.
use it as kind of like a repelling base.
Okay,
anchor.
so that's your standard action. Go ahead and fire it as a weapon, and let's just make sure you're not roll. Let's see if you can hit a stationary, which is essentially hitting a square, which is like a 10.
Yeah, DC 10.
So,
Yeah.
DC 10 sounds about right.
I haven't added one of those in yet, but my
It's a heavy
basic
blaster
roll
pistol.
is-
I mean, just
Yeah,
roll.
Just do a
It's a-
raw
it's a
roll
heavy
and add your
blaster
dex
pistol.
bonus.
Yeah, this is It's the same as if I was just to throw a grenade. 16.
Ooh, just barely.
Yep.
In the sense of you rolled a nat 3, which is what I meant by just barely. 16's plenty. It does sink in. That is, so you moved, you swifted to search, and you have done a standard to lock in.
Yeah.
And
I'm
your
gonna,
integrated equipment lets you turn it off for free, as well as turn it on, or just turn it on.
I don't see why I couldn't turn it off, but I will confirm.
Double check that.
Let's
I'm going to assume that, but I'll let you look that up and then IM message or whatever the follow up on that.
Yeah, I will
But cool.
message it. I will say into the group or into the comms. If you find an explosive on one pillar, there's probably a second on the other side.
Bekur.
Yes.
You're up.
Right, back to the matter at hand. Buddy goes splash. I fly back over to my first device that I had spotted and try to disarm it with mechanics.
Okay. So your disarm can be done as a standard action with a mechanics check. In a future round, if you want to reprogram it, you could also choose to look at doing that. But your first one is to disarm it.
31.
Okay.
Not 20, 31.
It is
I'm
now
wondering,
disabled.
is it, since I'm tinkering with this, is it a type of device where I, like, instead of making it go off, right? What if I just slap mine on top of it? It's dead, but it's a hunk of explosive, and I slap mine literally on top of it, set mine off. Would it concurrently set it off for double the punch?
Double the punch. So what Moreau did was he spent a mechanics roll to disable the detonator, which is what you just did as well.
Yes.
Now, are you asking to just replace it with your detonator in the next round? Or are you going to get your explosives out of your backpack, add your explosives to those explosives, and then set your detonator on top of it? Do you hear the difference there?
Yeah. Guaranteed go boom.
He's like, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yes.
You
See, it
will
makes
need-
it sound like a bad thing, like it's action
No, no, no,
economy.
no,
It's like,
no, no,
I'm
I'm
thinking
just trying to
flavor.
get-
It's like, thanks for the free explosive charge. Tuck mine in there,
Right. No,
Get rid
that's
of the
fine.
detonator, yeah.
You will also need to use action economy to get your explosives out to add those to it instead of just placing your placing the detonator on it will be a full round action next round to make it your
I know. We don't know these guys. We don't know if they have high grade explosises. What if they cut corners and you get a little piff?
How
How
I
silly
trust
would
your
he look,
judgment. I'm explaining your options. But that'll
Core's
be
a simple guy, and he's just like, someone's done half the work for me. He doesn't even realize the action economy, and it's like, thank you
were
for the extra
already
explosives.
adjacent when you did this. So if you would like to use your move action to pull your explosives out of your backpack, you may use move action to pull explosives out of the backpack. It will take more than a full round action to set your explosives with their explosives with your detonator, because I charged Moreau a full round action just to add his detonator. Does that make
Swift
sense?
action, check my watch. We got time for this train? Let's go. No problem.
Yeah, you've
I'm
got
down to do this.
You've got about 7-ish minutes till your train comes.
We're fine. Full round action, 6 seconds. No, I got this. Yep. No.
Well, it will be more than a full round action to add your explosives, is what I'm trying to tell you, is that it's going to probably be a total of 2 full round actions, or at least a standard and a full, to add your explosives to the explosives that are already.
Okay.
Because you've already burnt a move, so I'm just going to
Since he came over the comm, right?
Yep.
I'll tell you what. I will disarm this one.
which you've done with your nat 20.
Right. And I'd like to move to look for the probable second one.
Instead of pulling out. So you haven't pulled out.
Well,
any.
setting mine to go off later is kind of redundant if the one 3 squares down goes off early, because I haven't gone disarmed it yet. So,
Okay. Give me a perception check.
And as my move action after the standard, I will fly along the station and look for. Try to get close. 30.
Okay. You very clearly see it. What you can see on this one, though, is that it is on the far side of the stanchion you're on.
Okay. Well, do I have enough move to fly around to it?
You've got 6. You've already burned a standard.
6. So almost. That's fine. I'll fly as far as I can get to it.
Okay.
But I spotted it on my way by, and now I'm at the very edge, kind of going around the corner. That's fine. I'm happy with that. I've spotted it. I say in the comms. Moving to it now.
And that brings us to the end of round 4. And a train barrels through and across the bridge. And everyone that is in the highlighted area on the upper side gets hit. Or potentially hit.
Out of nowhere, this train. That's awesome.
1d20. Zephyr. Oh, I think you're going to be all right. Does a 23 hit you, Zephyr?
Does not.
All right, you're going to only take half damage.
Train limbo, I got this. You know how it's formed like a C? I just curve my body. I'm like a C right now.
Does a 31 hit you?
Turns
Ash?
it into an O.
Aren't I below on the platform?
Well, you were at the edge of the You ended up needing to be adjacent to Bakul. Well, you are below. That's true. You are below. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Nope.
I forgot you were down there.
Fair.
I'm glad I left the bridge.
And let me see how much damage. Open. The train comes through.
And there's super mega stealth assassin who's standing in the middle of the train gets smushed.
Shields.
You take 18 points of damage, Zephyr.
Thing hits like a train.
Which ironically is a similar amount of damage just being shot with a blaster bolt, Less damage you'd expect.
From a relativity,
It's
is
a
big
glancing
factor
blow.
here.
Well, they weren't in the middle of the tracks, they're just on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been 37 points of damage had it hit head on.
More of a magnetic wind buffet, really. I mean, look.
Which would have been quite a clocking. But, all right, top of round 5. And it's funny, at the top of each round, I get quiet because there's quiet stuff that happens, and it's all ping. 1 ping only, sir. 1 ping only.
Don't mind, sir. Keep your pings in your pants.
So
I think Sam Neill would play an amazing Jedi Master. Can you imagine Sam Neill running around in robes, being a very matter-of-frank, down-to-earth kind of Jedi Master, just...
I think I was doing
awesome.
Sean Connery, but I appreciate Sam Neill would be a better.
No, I know, but Persili is Sam Neill, right? You're talking to Sam Neill, and suddenly I see Sam Neill pushing the button as Persili, right? And it's like, oh,
Persili?
yeah,
Who the hell is Persili? From what? When I did 1 ping, I was doing
October.
Hunt for Red October, right?
Yeah.
Which is Sean Connery.
Sam Neill plays Sean Connery's first officer in that movie. I know, you don't think of Jurassic Park guy, but seriously, Jurassic Park dude, Sam Neill, is Connery's first officer, and I'm pretty sure his name is Persili. He says, give me a ping, and he's like, what the? And he smiles at him.
Only.
Yeah.
But isn't it Sean Connery that says it?
It is Sean Connery that says it, but like I said, in my mind's
He
eye,
says
since
it
you
to
were
Sam.
Connery,
Okay.
he says it to Sam Neill, and then suddenly I picked
I
up Sam
think
Neill
that
wrote.
Sam Elliott would be a better.
Sam Elliott from Roadhouse. From Roadhouse. Yeah.
That's who I see every time Ryan plays his
Sam
bounty hunter with
Neill
the robot
was
dog.
yes, in
Sam
was
Neill
in
was Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yes, and he was in fact the first officer with the yep. You're right.
But Sam Elliott, he would make a cool Jedi.
I had Sam Elliott in my head every single time Jeff said that. I don't know why I got on that track. but I
Awesome.
was just sort
Dude,
of like,
Me too.
Well,
That's exactly where my head went as well.
And I saw Roadhouse version of him as the first
Yes.
officer on the Red
Yes.
October for some reason.
Yes.
And I'm like, what?
I like that. Yours is so much better. Sam Neill hits a guy in the knees with a lightsaber and goes, "Hurts, done it." Just like the scene in Roadhouse where he clocks him in the frickin' kneecap, but he starts laughing at him. Hurts, done it.
Okay. Ash, give me
Yes.
your check to avoid the ping.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
He's
Sorry,
looking for a low roll. He's like, I will find you.
I'm
I'm a
He's
man
doing
of
the-
a certain
No!
set of skills, which is a whole different movie series.
30.
Okay.
Oh, I hear that. Okay. Yeah. Splook in the river I go.
I will also say, Zephyr, FYI, while you weren't thrown in the water because you do have a jetpack, you were thrown off and fell, and we'll say that you are, right at the you've fallen. You're now equal to the height of the water. You're at square one, if that makes sense from a height perspective.
Okay. Yep.
Once you caught that glancing blow from the train, threw you off, and you tumbled until you got your jetpack under you, but you were not knocked prone, which would have put you in the drink. Hmm. And I will give both Zephyr and Ash a perception check.
Uh, 15.
Well,
You see nothing, Ash Zephyr.
Oh, combining our names.
Does Ash does a 35 beat your fortitude?
5. Yes. That beats my fortitude.
All right. You are gripped with the force as it squeezes down upon you.
Oh. That's been nice, boys.
And you take 19 points of damage. And
Can I force shield that?
Your force shield is already up, right?
Nope.
It was gone, right? You used it all up?
I had to use it reactionally. Yeah, I did not maintain it.
But it stays up once it's up.
I have to spend action economy to
And
maintain
you never
it.
did.
Correct. I've returned it to my suite, but as a reaction to damage, I can bring it back.
You may use it now, if you
I
would
wish-
like. You will
would.
not be able to use it from this point forward. Does that make sense? As
Yeah.
long as the force grip
Yeah, I gotcha.
here forward. So you can put it
Yeah.
into place.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Knee-jerk reaction, or shield gets kicked.
And
24.
what's that give you?
That gives me 10. I wish to spend a force point just to make it a 25, so I take 5 less points of damage.
I'm just making sure everybody knows they can only spend 1 force point per turn. So just reminding folk.
Your preamble is like, you might want to be spending a sequential number of force points.
Yeah, this is not a bad use of it. It just felt like a good time to
A remembering of. Oh wait, so I want to roll my force point because we get 2d6 now at this point.
Mhm.
Wow, and I
that's-
rolled a 4. Is that 4 plus 6? And that should be 10, or
So you
No,
have a-
so you
you have
roll
a
2
third.
dice and you take the
you
highest.
take the
that's
higher
right.
thereof.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then once you're 15th
so that's
level,
a-
you roll 3.
So that's a 30.
So that gets you what, a 15 or a
20.
20. Okay. So you take no damage from this round, but you have
Right.
no actions except for a swift next round.
I return it.
Is it a free action?
No,
Swift action.
that'll be his swift action on his next round. Yeah,
You may
yeah.
choose to look at doing that when
Yep.
you get that chance.
Yep. Fair.
All right.
I'm stiff and excited.
Now that we're here. Oh. He's got a target right in front of him. All right. The Blackfish has line of sight on Bakur and is going to do a full round attack with 2 heavy blaster pistols at Bakur. Neither of which I think are going to hit. Is a 21 within a force point, Jeff? Of you? Probably not.
Oh, yeah.
It is. You're muted, so I see you nodding. I'm going to take it.
I'm working on it so that you would not say that. Yes.
Yeah.
A really good force point, but technically
Okay, so
within
it is
one.
within a force point. Yep, there it is. 27. So you
Oh,
take 15 points of damage.
that's some bullshit. Yes. Fuck. I take how much?
15, which is not bad for a heavy blaster pistol.
Okay. Done.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to fly to the far side and cozy up to one of those stanchions as well. TP, you're up.
Decimate. So I will run again. And I run so far away.
And
But I've
you've
got
got
a jetpack.
23 squares, so you can do 18 of the 23. So what? So 23 minus 18, you're 5 squares away. And I'm going to put you really close. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna
And
put you-
that's my turn.
All right. We've calculated that straight line, so we now know that what that is. All right. Smash. Smash flies over to be adjacent to Moreau. Bucket.
Oh, you're a big one.
Bucket is going to shoot at TP again because he keeps coming at me for some reason. He's gonna brace and shoot at the area again because that hasn't been terrible. It's just wearing him down. Oof. He rolled a natural 1, so that doesn't hit anything. He rolled a 1, so you're good.
So I catch his blaster bolt in my teeth.
Yeah. And spit it back at him.
And it like
It's like the Force Awakens
recharges
moment.
my internal battery for an extra minute.
Then it's Gunderson's turn. Gunderson is going to aim at Bakur and shoot at Bakur. He has not changed his prime target. Oof. But I think rolling a 19 is going to make that hit. So a 35, I assume, hits. But he rolled 3 1s on his damage and all of his damage dice. So he's only dealing 17 points of damage from that hit.
Yay.
I assume that 22 does not meet your damage threshold. All right. You did take damage from him, though, correct? Then you go down 1 step on the condition track because he is, in fact, a sniper. Who did he hit last round? Was that you, Zephyr? Oh, did he hit you, T? Oh, that's right. He
hit me, but I negated it with
that's true. That's
Destiny
true.
point.
Zephyr, has he hit you personally?
No, not this one.
Okay.
I think it was.
It was the northwest guy. It was not the southeast guy. Yeah. I think you're fine. You're fine. Well, you're fine.
Well, no. There was
I'm not
a
rolling
north.
it back.
There's
I
a
missed it.
northeast guy, wasn't there? I think he hit me.
There's not a northeast. There's southeast and northwest. So far.
Okay.
I mean, you guys haven't checked that crow's nest in the northeast, but no weapons fires come from there. The secret reinforcements are stowed away in a secret compartment up there. Ash, you
I
have
have
a swift action.
I return Force Shield to my suite. And I think the rudest, most pregnant thoughts that I could possibly... I'm like, get in here now! You want it in! Get in! And that's it.
Zephyr Cochran. Let's break the warp barrier.
Also beknownst, yeah, I'm now visible.
Oh, that's correct.
Okay.
Which, if anyone who knows me, that's like, what?
I mean, you're up under the bridge, but yes, you can be seen. The Blackfish can see you. So can Zephyr. Ajush can see you.
Let's aim at the blackfish.
Okay.
And we will try to shoot him. The 25.
25. Do you want to spend a force point?
Yes, I think I would like to. 5. So
Does
30.
it? 22 points of damage. He takes it on the chin.
Does that break his damage threshold with a negative 5?
You have devastating attack, right? So that's a 20. That would be a 27. That would. Does he want to? Nope. He'll go down the track. And you aimed that, right? So that's actually
Yes.
2 steps down the track if he wants to avoid that. Let me see. Has he...
Oh boy, get some.
He'll go ahead and go down 2.
Glorious. Finger licking good, I dare say.
All right. You aimed and shot, so that's going to eat you up. Moreau.
I'm rather annoyed being approached from behind by a giant asteroid. Seems to be
That was his
flying on-
point. That was his goal.
Seems to be flying on some kind of a mechanized propulsion unit, though. So I'm gonna hit it with a IMP grenade or EMP grenade. Or no, not the EMP grenade. I'm gonna use the specific, the actual ion grenade.
All right. I'll warn you that ion grenades don't do a great deal of damage, but yes, you may throw one at him. I think they're 46. Not that you can't, not to dissuade you, but
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's 46 ion, and then the other one is like disables small devices. So I definitely
right.
want
Now
to
I'm
do
not.
this.
Yeah, I'm not trying to split hairs between there. I'm just saying that it is unlikely that 24 points of damage would breach his damage threshold.
That's a good point. Yeah, then I'm going to swift action reactivate. No. For now, I'm just going to pull my weapon. I'm going to pull my heavy blaster rifle.
Okay.
Since he is right behind me,
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite feats.
0 distance.
Yep.
It's a left special.
It's very efficient when you want to be very close. That is a 33 to hit
All right, that hits.
for 44 points of damage.
Nice. Very good hit.
But basically, you just took your rifle, put it up against his robotic forehead, and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that would do it.
Essentially.
And that was a move to pull my weapon.
And a standard to fire it.
Then yeah, I will activate my swift for my jetpack.
You
so I
don't
can
need
move
to.
around.
It's a free action, right? Because it's integrated.
No, I was trying to say I shut it off when I hung up, like I connected to the wall and turned
Right.
it off.
Right.
So I need to use a
But
swift
you
to
said
turn it
that
on
you
again.
were trained in jetpack flight, which gives you
right.
what?
Free action. I forgot that again. Damn it.
It's all good.
Then I'm going to
Anything
use
else
my
with your
swift
swift?
to activate my shield.
Okay. And that's what, a +1 to your reflex defense, or is it a?
No, my energy shield.
Okay, so you have one of the KOTOR shields.
Yep.
Okay. Note that works on energy damage, just as a
Yes.
note to the crowd, and it operates differently than a shield generator on a droid. Bakur, you've been taking pot shots. You've been getting pot shots taken at you.
Yes. No worries. Gotta stick to the mission. Fly around.
Like an eagle
Exactly.
into the future.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So around the column, over
and
to
up under?
underneath the
Right.
bridge and up under the bridge.
Yep.
For some cover and hit the old detonator with a savvy mechanics roll. 14 with a force point.
Would you like to spend a force point?
Yeah, that's with a force point.
Well, no, you
Ooh,
didn't. You have a 14.
17.
Just so the audience hears, the roll was a 14. He rolled a force point, which brings it up to a 17, which
Yeah.
is enough to disable this. You will have to try again next round.
As long as it didn't go off in my face, it's all good.
He says to himself quietly.
I'm hearing us through your speaker, by the way.
That's the first time that's happened in many.
Yeah, I know. That's weird.
Get you away. See if that helps. Anything with your swift? You flip off Ash, who's now visible, sort of choking on the other side of the stanchion over there.
You actually see him. Fuck you!
Poke this.
That's what happens when you come to it.
And the best part is, you see him, but he's sitting there going.
A bunch of mercenaries, and instead of warm fuzzy,
Finally intimidating him. Yes, it's working.
everybody's flipping each other off because we're antagonists. All right. That is the end of round 5. Unofficially, do we have enough time to keep going? Are we doing on time? All right, good. We've got enough time to keep going. Round 6.
All
Is
of
there
round
anybody
6,
above?
but
Oh, right, end of the round. Sorry, need to hop over. Go to.
All these things happen that we don't know about. Oh, the train's gone.
The train finishes its path through, and the counter starts anew for the next train. Anyone who's above? There's nobody on the track layer.
That's because the smart people don't stay there.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I bailed. I'm so glad I bailed.
Well, the smart people don't go there anymore.
All right. Well, let me use the force check. All right. A 35 beats your fortitude defense, Ryan. Still.
Oh, pardon? What was the digits? Fortitude is 24 is your
Okay.
target.
All right. So a 35 is still max damage.
All right, I reacted. As a
do?
reaction.
Well, number one, you have a shield up, right? But you can't.
I
maintain it, right?
didn't maintain it.
Right. You can't maintain it. So as I described to you previously,
Yes.
you get no actions except for that one swift action on your turn. So you would get no future actions after.
Oh,
that.
no reactions either.
That is correct.
Oof.
Then I suffer the consequences of that.
You take 17 points of damage.
Ooh.
And she's going to stay where she is. Blackfish. That fucker just shot me, so I'm going to shoot him back. I will note. Did you have pause Zephyr scooching back? You had a free swift action that you did nothing with. No, you aimed and shot, right?
Last time I aimed and shot.
Just FYI, when you are at or below half your hit points for a swift action, you can second wind.
Second
And
win,
there's
baby.
A note on your character sheet for doing it, so you can click it when it's relevant, but you do have to spend a swift action, which you have not done. I just noted that you were beneath half now, which I don't think that would have changed what you chose to do, but it's information going forward that you do have that second wind that you can take.
Okay.
I say that just before he shoots the shit out, tries to shoot the shit out of you.
It's funny. I was
You
thinking
might
the
wanna
same
use
thing.
it
I'm like,
next
I
turn."
mean, it may be relevant, might not be.
Yeah, you do still have destiny points, right? You have at least one left?
Yes, I think so.
Because you burnt one of them early on. You might need it. The first one's going to miss, but the second one, a 31, I think, is going to hit you.
Can I use a reaction for Republic military training and absorb 10 of that damage?
Possibly. Republic military training runs over there. Advantage in range combat. Once per encounter, you get DR10 against an incoming attack. So yes, you can chew up 10 of those incoming points and take only 10 damage.
Do you have a personal shield?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
It does say that you technically need cover, and he didn't fire from cover. Once per encounter's ration, you get a DR10 against incoming attack if you have cover from the attacker.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't have cover on you, but you know what? I'm going to let you burn it if you want to burn it now. If you want to burn it for 10 reduction now, I'm not going to hold that against you.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? We'll save the
Okay.
other destiny point for later.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is a messy enough fight that I think
It's
20
tough. It's tough. It's tough. I'm like, oh, like technically, in order for us to succeed, Bakur and Moreau just have to keep doing what they're doing. Disable all
You're
them
right.
bombs.
You're right.
You know what
You're
I mean?
right.
Like technically, that's all we got to do. Beyond that,
As long as Bakur makes it to season 3, the show can continue. It's okay.
Exactly.
I got this.
yes.
Just a couple of mercenaries in the water. It's fine.
May need a robot on my back. That'd be helpful, but you know.
He speaks fluent Clintonian.
TP. I think you're going to get there this round.
I am, and not only am I going to get there, but I'm going to charge.
Okay. What square do you want? You do not have to stop at the closest. So one thing about Star Wars, when you charge, you can charge to the square that you want to be in. It does not have to be.
How open is that crow's nest? Can I like fly and land in the crow's nest beside him? Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Yep,
That's what
fly
I figured
right,
you wanted to do.
fly
Not
right
that
in
I've
there,
run this
force
before,
lance
but
him
that's
right in the
exactly what
jibbly
somebody
bits.
else did.
So here we go. Let's see if this is a good one. Come on, roll that nat 20B. Oh god damn it!
21.
I will force point it. Is it worth force pointing? I should ask.
Yes, it is worth force pointing.
Give me that 6. Oh, 5. Does that do it?
That's
26.
plenty. You didn't need much.
Oh, I'll take it. 29 damage. Suck at Trebek. And with my remaining swift action, I will deactivate my jetpack, so it's not burning down in between rounds. And how many squares did I move? Because I might actually have to make a piloting check. Not that many, actually.
No, you didn't move 12. You
Perfect.
did not move 12 squares. We determined you were 5 squares away.
I love it. This is so good. All right, so that's me. I did stuff. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Stab.
All right, Smash's turn. He disengages. 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'll take that as a surrender. Does he surrender?
6. Okay, Doug. He lands back on the track. Lonely up here. Nobody else up here. Nothing to shoot at up here.
I just thought there'd be more action.
He moves up there, but that's okay. He takes another move action to disable his flight. Bucket. Bucket's going to burn a destiny point to auto crit TP.
Well, this is
After.
probably going to be not awesome.
After he second wins, though. Does he have enough to second win? Yeah, he can.
Oh, did I happen to knock him down the threshold with that
Yes, you did.
swing of mine?
You did.
Sweet.
No, that's wrong direction. All right. He's going to auto crit on you with the heavy repeating blaster, but he's not going to be able to brace, so it's going to be resolved as an area attack.
Oh, well, you can't crit then.
Well, you can, but you won't take double damage.
Fair enough. Yes.
You
So
will be hit.
the hit is automatic. Yeah.
Correct. You take 26 points of damage.
Oh,
The damage is
actually
not doubled.
I actually take 24 because I had 2 bonus hit points left still. So I'll take it. So here we go. Current 64. Let's go.
Yeah, he didn't. When you do a crit with an area attack, you automatically hit, but
But it doesn't do double damage. Yeah.
Correct. All right, Gunderson. Gunderson's been put onto Moreau's bullshit and desperately needs Moreau to not be successful, so he's going to aim at Moreau and shoot at Moreau.
That's what you get for being good. Sometimes it sucks to not suck.
Got the quite.
34. Does that hit?
That's a hit.
Okay, 19 points of damage.
10 off, or 10 from my shield, so that's down to 5. And I also have damage reduction.
Ash, anything with your swift?
I don't have a plethora of options with the Swift. Yeah. I flit the bird off into the random direction.
You can see her. She is looking right at you. That's what she.
I touch myself inappropriately.
Wait, that's a she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
You don't
touch
know that
myself.
really, you gotta see it.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Well, oh my!
Stop!
His swift action. Fap, 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 fap.
All right, Zephyr.
Why don't we use that swift for
Second
wind?
wind.
So I just click the take button.
You should be able to click take second wind, and it should go through the dialogue, the journal, and everything, and it should give it to you. Is it being weird?
Is there a pop up somewhere?
No, I think it might have broken.
Let me try it one more time. No. I can
Sounds
just go
like
ahead
I'm going to
and
need an
add in-
angry email into List.
I'll just add the points back.
Yeah, it does tell you how much you should add in there. It does have that calculated at least. So 21 additional hit points for you.
All right. And then I guess without aiming, I'll try to shoot Blackfish again.
Okay.
Let's see. for a
Nat
35,
20.
net 20. 46
Dude, your
damage.
dice are insane, man. Every game, you're just like, critical. Haha, another critical.
When you built it into your character.
Yeah, at this point, he didn't want to have to, but he is going to burn a destiny point to negate that one.
All right, smart move. Smart
But
move.
chewing him up. Chewing him up.
That may be his second destiny point.
Who can know?
Who can know?
Who could know?
Moreau.
So wait, the leaders of this little mercenary group are the Bucket and the Blackfish, right? From the research that
Who
we
could
did.
know?
That specifically, I did.
You definitely learned about the Blackfish. And Bucket is what you were able to find out in your research is that the Blackfish and Bucket were former clone troopers that, as a unit,
Right.
came into this group together.
Okay. So no assuming leadership. Everybody knows the big.
I mean, you can probably assume
dual
that-
E-web
that-
wielding droid is probably the leader.
Well, TP is certain that Smash is the leader.
Yeah.
Moreau?
Being rather annoyed with what's going on, I'm going to finish my mechanics checks to disable this bomb.
Okay.
Is a 29?
To disable it? Yeah, that works.
Okay, then I'm going to, with my remaining move out and up so that I can get kind of a clear, easy line towards the far corner of that droid, right around southeast corner of the droid that was attacking me.
Okay.
And I want to use a destiny point to act out of turn.
You'll need to finish your turn, but assuming that
Sure.
you finished your turn.
Yeah, I don't have any swifts or anything I want to do.
Okay. And that's
So-
your second destiny point, right?
That's my first. I haven't
Okay.
used one yet this round.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to charge at that far corner that I mentioned earlier for the droid, so that I'm kind of like that thing the person that shot at me earlier is kind of being blocked out by the droid is my goal.
say that again.
Which enemy was it that shot at me that last round?
Southeast corner.
Southeast corner. Oh, okay. Then I'm going to. I would have liked to kind of move this way if that's possible, like up and over. Up and over the little
Right.
track holder, so I
Right.
can get more of a straight shot going like this with my charge.
Okay, you will need to go into that square because there will be there'd be cover from the I don't know what to call them, the encasing power
Call them
Oh, those
calipers.
go up and over. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
you have it. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right at the edge of 6. So yeah, you're there. Okay, you've now charged there, and you're attacking with a what?
With my heavy blaster rifle.
Oh, do you have ranged? You have ranged charging with your
I have
character.
charging fire and Mandalorian training.
Okay, so charging fire. So you're firing with a rifle. So if he wanted to move, you don't take attacks of opportunity with that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. 22.
You want to spend a force point?
Sure. How about a 27?
27 is not enough.
Damn.
All right. Anything with your swift?
Not my swift. For now, I'm just going to turn off my jetpack.
Okay. Bakur. The bottom of the round.
Time to rework my mechanical magic. I'm going to have another go at trying to disarm this sucker.
Okay. Roll better.
Do better.
Come on, Daddy wants to make it to season 3. Go, go, go. 21.
All right.
Well, add a
You
force
have,
point.
you do not need to. So I will save you and let you hang on to it unless you want to burn it. If you're welcome to. 20 was enough. But you
Actually,
did not get to 20
I don't think I
last
took
time.
the last one off. I better take that last one off.
Oh, see how it. No, I'm kidding.
And I forgot to take my destiny point off. Okay, there we go. Oops. All fixed and better now.
All right.
Can I get 21?
That was your full round action.
Yes.
And that brings
to
us
disarm it?
to the end of round 6. And I believe the end of tonight's session.
And we will see you next time. Because I get the tagline. That's the reward for delaying your action in the first round of combat.
Well, he's been so force gripped. Ash, what would you like to say to the crowd with any amount of information you'd like to share?
But it's got to be telepathy because you're force
Yes.
gripped. You can't really talk.
So Ryan, telepathically tell the crowd, the audience, goodbye.
Watching!
I thought he was going to say, and that's what I said in your mind. We didn't really hear anything because we're not force sensitive.
Good night, everybody.
I keep forcing myself up because the emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Guess we're going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. But I've been rocking since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say on a 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Gonna make it out the thief. Gonna reason with the senators, try to make it better now. But somewhere out there's gotta be free. I guess we'll head to Alderaan now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. We should fight a war for peace. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Resurrect the Jedi, bring the emperor down to his knees. The Sith ain't nothing to me. I should strike them all down now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. There'll be no acquittal for the Sith who killed the little Padawan. He is my enemy. Is he coming? coming? Is he coming? Is he coming? Is he coming? Is he coming back? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks, and I'm gonna keep on going till the galaxy is fixed now. Cause the force is strong, and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since Order 66 now. The force is strong, and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say, Order 66 now. But the force is strong, and I feel it still. Cause the force is strong, and I feel it still.